what happens is a lot of time people comes with an idea that okay, if I'm just build a funnel, make a lot of money, so that's the mindset.
First of all, just because you create a funnel does not mean that you're going to make money.
How did you build your lead gen system?
I literally look at what people are talking about in the market, look what and on social media.
How did you become ClickFunnels ambassador? And if anyone wants to become a ClickFunnels ambassador, what they should do?
The answer to your question, I was just providing value, helping people in the community.
Can you share your journey? How did it started, and what were the difficulties you were facing, and how did you enter this world?
I am an example of starting from nothing. My life is totally different today, but it didn't stop with just that one funnel. The truth of the matter is,
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of No Filters, Just Founders. Today with us, I have a very excited, very energetic person. Her name is Renee Jackson. She's the founder of Ambitious Endeavors. She's the ClickFunnels Ambassador. I'm going to ask her a lot of questions about that. And she is a hustler, she's a fighter, and she's a winner. We are going to talk a lot about her journey, her entrepreneurial journey with her. But right now, I would like to welcome Renee on our show. Hi, Renee. How are you? Thank you so much for doing this.
well, thank you for having me. I'm awesome as usual, and I'm just glad that I'm able to share my journey.
That's super awesome. I got to know a little bit about your journey on our last call, and I would really like to know more about it. But before we dive into that, I would first like to ask you a question that I ask all my podcast guests, is that we know you from like your social media, like all the achievements you have, all the things that you have done in your life. But we would like to know from you who you think is Renee Jackson.
Wow. That's a great question. Threw me off, but that's a good one. I would say that I am a survivor. uh, since the age of 12, I've always had to like fend for myself. So that has not been a bad thing for me. I was raised in foster care. So that hasn't been a bad thing for me. It has been the reason that I have been able to overcome any obstacle, even in the depths of whatever life throws at me. And I'm going through, I have always been the one to know that if I did it when I was 12, I can do it here, I can do it here. And I've had lots of bad things happen in my life, but survivor is what I would say, an overcomer, but I'm a winner when it comes down to it all because I feel like I won. I won because I've overcome.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. And when you talk about that you're a survivor, I know your journey has been very difficult. You have been through a lot of things to reach the level that you have reached. And I always say it's not where you have reached, but it's also where you have started. And I know that, you have done a lot of struggles. Can you share your journey? How did it started, and what were the difficulties you were facing, and how did you enter this world?
Okay. Back in 2019, I'm sure you guys all remember COVID, in the
Yeah.
middle of COVID. At the exact same time that that was going on, I was in an 18-year marriage, and the ex-husband did something that ended the marriage that day, that night, where I was homeless in the streets. I had a company, I had 32 employees. It was a deal. I was in the back seat of my car, homeless, and I was trying. I That suddenness of that situation, it's really sobering to be in the backseat of your car, leaving a condo with everything in it, and you can't access the stuff in it. And you're in the backseat of your car and you're wondering what happened. It's really something, it's psychologically, if you don't have the right mental attitude, it could destroy you. Because, like, what happened? During that time, of course, I'm in the back seat of my car. I'm scrolling through YouTube. The only thing I have is like my phone in my car because I had to leave quickly. And I was scrolling and I saw Russell Brunson with just the one back then, the One Funnel Away webinar. And it
Hmm.
was free. Now, I keep in mind, I had a telemarketing company where I had a call center with 32 employees that would do marketing, call out, and
Hmm.
get orders. I I had no idea how to do that in an online version. So
Hmm.
in the back seat of my car, I still had those CenturyLink and Dish Network contracts, but I didn't have the 32 employees. I didn't have the company, and they had shut down the country. So we couldn't even get my employees to the office if we wanted to.
Hmm.
So I'm in the back seat and I'm trying to figure out all CenturyLink and Dish Network, they still need those orders that my telemarketers were getting. I can't get them 300 or 400 a week like I was, but I could send them something. They were paying me pretty good per order, like 400 or 500 bucks. I was like, that would be helpful if I could just get one or two orders for them. I saw the One Funnel Away challenge. I was like, this seems interesting. It's another way of me thinking about how can I get orders to Dish Network.
Hmm.
And I was like, let me check it out. So I watched the webinar. I had a few $100s in my account. After I watched the webinar, I paid the 97 bucks. Back then, you had to pay 100 bucks every time you went through it. It wasn't
Right.
like you pay now and you get it forever. It wasn't
Hmm.
like that back then. So I was in the back seat of my car, watched One Funnel Away challenge, did as much as I could. It was about a week I was in the back seat of my car before I hustled my way out. But it was about a week that I was watching these videos, and keep in mind it's a 30-day challenge. So I was doing 2 or 3 videos a day. So I got through it really quick. And then I couldn't really implement, but what I learned was so powerful that when a week later, when I got a weekly place doing DoorDash on the side, blah, blah, blah. And that's when I went to go get a laptop and I started implementing. I created a lead funnel to generate leads to send to CenturyLink and Dish Network for their fiber optic
Hmm.
services. And I made 3 sales. I was like, what? I was like, oh man, this really works. So like CenturyLink, I kept them for a little bit longer. But by then I'm like, well, if I could get leads for CenturyLink, I might as well build my own stuff. By then I had been through the One Funnel Away challenge 2 or 3 times
Hmm.
because once you do it once, you're not really paying attention like you know you should be because there's
Hmm.
so much gold in there. So the second time, I was like, wow, I didn't even know that I missed that the first time. About
Yeah.
the third time I watched it, I was like, that time, the third time, to be honest, was the time that I said, I am going to not, I'm going to make sure that, because every time I would watch it, some things I would do, some things I wouldn't. You're going through a 30-day challenge, and you don't realize that every piece is important. The third
Right.
time was the first time I did everything every single day. I didn't skip any of the assignments. When I did that and got the whole overall picture, it changed the game for me. So from there, my next goal was to go to Funnel Hacking Live. Uh, 2023 was my first Funnel Hacking Live. Was inspired by it. I was like, wow. And then there's 5,000 of us around there, and it was such an amazing experience. I was like, I have found my people. I have
Hmm.
this cat, I'm sorry, I got this new kitten and she's like all over the place. Anyway, so that spurred me on. After I got back from that first funnel hacking live, a little bit after that, I became a ClickFunnels ambassador because I'm all in Phoenix in my community. I'm like, you guys don't understand what I'm trying to tell you because I'm like in a few networking organizations.
Hmm.
So I was like, everything was like, you guys just don't, you could do this like from home. You could like transform your life because I had already seen the transformation that creating funnels can do for you. The ways you can generate income. I started with just helping people with social media. Before I ever got a funnel to convert, I was making money from what I learned from the One Funnel Away Challenge because I could at least do posts to social media for people because one funnel away helps you understand messaging a little bit. So I
Hmm.
was able to sell to local people in the area. Hey, look, you want me to do your social media posts? So I started out selling little packages like that. Before I even learn how to get a funnel to convert, even though I knew how to build one, I hadn't got one to convert yet. So I was making money from the program before I ever made money from a funnel. But
Hmm.
once you learn how to make the funnels and make them convert, learn about the messaging, learn about the market message match and all those things. Once you get into it, and like I'm diehard, I'm like I live this. So every hour of the day, I am either studying, learning, or implementing.
Hmm.
And it has skyrocketed because of probably my determination, but then the ambassador program helped because now I have an opportunity to serve people in the community. And actually, because when I first became an ambassador, I didn't really know a lot like a lot of the other ambassadors. But what I did know is a journey from being desperate and with
Hmm.
nothing, not even, I had nothing, just the clothes on my back. That journey to even stability is something that can be built just with funnels. When you have nothing, you can start from nothing. I am an example of starting from nothing. My life is totally different today, but it didn't stop with just that one funnel. The truth of the matter is there's a lot of funnels you have to build. And to get to the one, I mean, you're lucky if it happens for you the first time. But the fact of the matter is, it's a skill set and it's not just one. There's like lots of them that you have to mesh together and get right and get positioned and timing and market map, all of that. That's all part of the process. And when you finally get it, it changes everything because now you can just duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Russell came out with The Last Secret. Once I got that, I could create those, white label those products and put more stronger products into my workflows. It just, man, the game, this right here has changed my life. Um, it has changed everything for me. And I believe that when you learn how to create income,
Hmm.
that is the thing that gives you the freedom because now you can come up with an idea and be like, that would serve my people really good. And you know how to package it and promote it, the perfect webinar. And you know how to create the funnel that sells it. And you know how to get traffic, then all of a sudden it's just optimization. You got the process, automate most of that, the process, and then once it happens, you got that done. You just continue to optimize, make it better, and start on something new. That skill set right there will change anybody's life.
Right. 100%. Thank you so much actually for sharing that because not a lot of people knows this about you. And one thing when I was hearing you, one thing that I got is that, as you mentioned, you're a survivor. But what I can see more is that you are a person who is a fighter, who takes risk, and who is something like who wants to build something, not just for yourself but for the community. I would like to ask you, how did you develop this attitude or develop this mindset for the community? And also, what were the experiences in your life that shaped you the way that you think right now?
Okay, ask the first question again.
So I would like to ask you is that how did you shape this mindset? Like, I want to provide to the community and I want to do something like this.
Well, here's what happened. As I'm learning and I'm doing and I'm seeing results that are like blowing my mind. My life is just totally different. I had a 32-seat call center with 32 employees paying over 32,000 a week in payroll and didn't make as much money as quick as I make it just sitting from home
Hmm.
and not having $32,000 in payroll, not having the, it's just amazing. What happened is I felt like everybody should know this. What in the world? How come people don't know this? And to be
Hmm.
honest, in my community, it seems like for whatever reason in Phoenix, but in our community as Black people, it seems like I have more resistance to me sharing the, the power of what a funnel can do when you learn how to use it.
Hmm.
And it became serious to me that a lot of the issues that come down on us because of the things that happened in the past, far as slavery and all those things, it puts a lot of our people in a mindset, it seems, that is hard for me to be able to break through. And I want people to know that there's a better way, that you can start from nothing. You can not even be in desperate situations. You can have a job and want something more for your life than a 9 to 5 and start on a path of learning how to use funnels, and
Hmm.
it will change your life. And I felt like if I could just penetrate the initial kind of thing in their mind that says, hey, she's really talking about something that matters to me. It may not be the funnel necessarily that matters to you, but I'm learning that when I appeal to the things that I would want for my life, I want security for my kids. I want my grandkids to not be forced to go take a 9 to 5 or go to college and be strapped with debt. I want to pass that on. So
Hmm.
those things right there started driving me. Working as a ClickFunnels ambassador, then I started getting more people asking me for my insights, being on podcasts such as yours. People see me. I'm pretty much who I am. I'm authentic. My life has been amazing since I I have implemented. And one thing about it is the entrepreneurial lifestyle is like it's like a self-development. So not
Hmm.
only does the financial thing start looking better for you, but the mental, the peace of mind to be able to create and generate income from that create, all of that are like the secondary things that come along with. And I think everybody should know it. That's where my passion comes from. I think everybody should at least know that there's this ability and a skill set out there that you can go take the one funnel away challenge and do the same thing. It may happen for you quicker than it happened for me. I was in the back seat of my car. But if I could just penetrate that, and that's where I'm at right now. I am trying very hard. If you look at all my social media content, it's about penetrating that look, there's a better way, and helping them
Hmm.
understand and just kind of guiding them through my organic messaging. I don't do ads or anything right now. I just want to attract the attention of people who want something more.
Got it, got it. Makes sense for sure. And like when we talk about your entrepreneurial journey, of course, like you started after COVID and all those things were happening. You shared all the things that happened which helped you scale in your life. But what were the difficulties also you were facing as an entrepreneur? What were the struggles, and how did you climb one step after other? And what were the hurdles at every step, if you can share that?
Okay. Well, the most obvious struggles in the beginning were financial, because when you have gone all in on something and you don't have the job or the 9 to 5, you haven't chosen to use that as a backup. that I made a choice that I was going to go all in on this. One of the biggest obstacles, obviously, is the feast and famine cycle kind of thing. One
Hmm.
month you made a whole bunch of money, and as a responsible person, I try to spread it out, but sometimes it don't last. And then you're grasping for ways to. So my first struggle started out with getting a consistent stream of income.
Hmm. Hmm.
So the way I overcame that was obviously with a membership site. I created a small membership site and did better at building my email list
Hmm.
so that I have something that I can send offers to if need be. So
Right.
that was one of my first biggest obstacles. Once I kind of got that where I had a stability of income, then one of the biggest obstacles, because I feel so passionate about people need to know this. I'm in the ASU entrepreneurial program. And even though it helps us to learn how to get contracts in the community or business, that's what this 6-week program is. I'm in the room with 30 or 40 other entrepreneurs that are seeking to grow their business too, but they don't know about funnels.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I'm the only one in this class that knows about funnels. They've asked me to go up there and talk about them because they know they're obviously the mentors of the class know they're important, but they don't have anybody in the class. So they asked me to get up there, and then I got this spark when I went to ClickFunnels Connect that why don't I, because the mission for 2025, get new entrepreneurs in that are successful with funnels. That's what Russell's mission is. That's alignment with my mission. And I'm in the class with these ASU people. So this is my mission, is to help them understand. And the struggle, one of the struggles I'm having is being able to get, like get them to understand that message, even though they're business owners.
Hmm.
And even though they need funnels, I'm still struggling with that part. So the way I'm overcoming that, and they're my target audience. That's what makes it
Hmm.
so frustrating for me. You are my target audience, but you're not hearing me though. So it's kind of like
Hmm.
that frustration. The way I've overcome that is I'm just building lots of lead magnets, putting them in a lead funnel, all leading to the same application,
Hmm.
and which ones work with this audience. And I'm getting people that do the application just for me to give them a roadmap and
Hmm.
something like that. But those are starting to get them in versus me being in class trying to tout, oh,
Hmm.
funnel doing this in between sessions. So that's how I overcome that. And then the third thing I think is my biggest struggle is it's just me. And there's so much more I can do if I just had the team. So
Hmm.
that right now I'm currently working on. So those are my biggest struggles. And because my business is growing so much, the team thing is my biggest issue right now.
Got it. Makes sense. And with respect to funnels, like if somebody is just starting out and they don't have any idea about funnels, what would be the things you would like to share with them? Like three things that they need to take care of when they are starting out in like the funnel thing, like if they want to do it for their business.
The three things that they need to do before, is that what you're asking?
Like in a way that, because what happens is a lot of time people comes with an idea that, okay, if I'm just build a funnel, I'll make a lot of money. So that's the mindset. So what were the things that you would like to share with them, that maybe three mindset things or three things they need to take care of before they enter the thing, like the funnel side?
Okay, I got some good ones. First of all, just because you create a funnel does not mean that you're going to make money.
Hmm.
Even when I make funnels for businesses, they're like, it's not doing, but I just made the funnel, dude. That's all you paid for.
Hmm.
All
Hmm.
you paid for. We discussed in the beginning that once a funnel's made, you got to drive traffic, but whatever reason, you didn't hear me when I told you that then. The fact of the
Hmm.
matter, just because you create a funnel does not mean it's going to make you money. And You need to know that from the beginning. You need to know that it may not even be your first, second, third, or fourth. They say one funnel away, but
Hmm.
it takes a lot of funnels to get to that one
Yeah,
funnel.
yeah, for sure.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is this is a long game. This is not about make money and get rich today. This is not going to happen like that at all. So if that's what you're here for, if that's what you're trying to do, this is not it at
Hmm.
all.
Hmm.
This is about serving your people, your audience, and making money doing it. But if you're not serving them,
Hmm.
truly serving them, then you won't make nothing because people recognize the difference. So you
Hmm.
have to be authentic. You have to be real and just understand the third thing, that the dream that you're building when you're doing all these things, and this one may or may not work, it didn't work, you put all this effort into it, and what's going on, why is this, the tech issues, why can't I, the frustrations of all of that, the end result is worth you sticking through it. And you
Right.
can't do anything great if you just give up. This game, this funnel game is awesome, and it will change your life as you stack skills, but you still got to learn the skill set, especially if you're new, you don't know. I started not knowing.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
the fact that you don't know means you have to learn. That takes
Yeah,
time and it's not going to happen overnight. But
got
the
it.
result in the end, you will you'll be so glad you did.
For sure. I even remember I made a post about this, like like it is said that you're one funnel away, but which one? So you never know, like. But it's always like I think that when they say it's like you're one funnel away, they are saying that keep trying for yourself, build funnels and see which one works best for you, and that is the funnel you're away from. So if you are not building your first funnel, I don't think you will be able to achieve the level you're going to achieve with your best funnel. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, and to riff on that, the
Hmm.
fact of the matter is, when you are building funnels, the more that you build, the better you get. So
Yes.
just know that even if you didn't get it this time, optimization, or you move on to a new one, even if the more that you do, the more that you dig into it, the more that it matters to you for this to work,
Hmm.
more that you will learn and the better you'll get. And just know that that is something you can stand on. You can,
Hmm.
it's so solid of a foundation that you can build from it. Just know you don't have to like doubt. The only thing, you can't doubt your abilities, because as long as you keep doing it, you will win. And you got to know that.
Hmm.
And if you doubt that, that's when people that get in a funnel game don't succeed, because it's about mastering it. And when you do that, that's what changes the game for you.
Right, for sure, definitely. I guess Russell kind of uh, built this entire thing that it gave hope to a lot of people, and it opened doors for so many opportunities. And only if you could explore it in the right way, and not just think about just money, money, money. Of course, money is important, but also about how you can create an impact. I guess that's where the whole game changes. So,
Serving, serving, because really the money is secondary,
hmm,
actually, because before you start making real money, you have to be about the impact,
hmm,
because the money comes because people know that you're for real about wanting to help and
right.
serve. If you're a scam or you're just a fly by night, that will be known in the market too. So the only way you get to the real money, so you have to have that spirit of serving and
Right.
giving in order to get there, because if it's anything other than that, then you'll fall off like the rest of them that aren't about
Hmm.
really serving.
Got it, for sure. One more question I would like to ask you is that um, how did you build your lead gen system? Like, I see people struggling with building a consistent lead gen system. what did you do, and how did you build it for yourself?
Uh, well, that's actually really good. I just in the last year just kind of figured out how to get a pretty automated system set up.
Mm,
And I have two or three funnels that I run into. One is a social media audit and
mm,
two other sales funnels.
mm,
And the way I do it is, of course, the main funnel I created, that's a sales funnel. And then I just create a bunch of lead magnets from a template that I could easily just switch a change, make a new one, clone it, and they all go to that same funnel, whichever that lead magnet is meant for. And my easiest method I found for me, because it's just me, is that template that one lead page. I just change it just as a like a headline, a sub headline, and a
mm,
box
mm,
and a button. And then it leads to a bridge page that talks about whatever. So that I can easily switch out, and I literally look at what's people are talking about in the market, look what and on social media. Oh, that's a good topic, and I'll make a lead magnet that quick on that. Because all I got to do is put the word, the headline, that, and make them click. And then uh, because the messaging that I'm fine tuning, I would use chat to position it for that offer. So if I
mm,
see something in the market, I was like, oh, dude, that got a lot of engagement. I'll take that engagement and then I'll put it in chat and ask it to help me reframe, ideate, reframe so it fits this. And then I create a video or something. And then I put it with the lead magnet and put the words up in like within an hour. So I do that at least once a day. I got a different lead magnet just from what I'm seeing in the market. And for me, that's working because it's with just me. I don't have a team. I can say, hey, this is what I want for you to put out for lead gen, for social. I got to
mm,
do it on my own. So I have to find something that is like it works into everything. If I'm already on social media, I see something, oh, that looks good. I already got the template for the lead page. I can put the headline in, and I can easily do those things. So for now, I mean, it drips them in, but right now I've got plenty of work. So I kind of like, when you got a lot of work, you kind of back up a little
mm,
bit because it's just me. So I got a lot of work. So I'm kind of dripping it out, and slowing down on the lead magnets. What I don't want to happen is somebody come be like, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, you got 10 grand, but wait, I can't do it because it's just me. So I'm
mm.
kind of like trying to get myself in a better position. So
Got
yeah, I wouldn't turn the deal down. I just would have to find some people to help me work it. Um,
mm.
you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to be in that position though.
Yeah, it's actually a good problem to have, honestly,
Mhm.
because right now, since you are already swamped with your work, so I get that. But yeah, that makes sense. And now I would like to ask you one very important question. How did you become ClickFunnels ambassador? And if anyone wants to become a ClickFunnels ambassador, what they should do?
Okay, ClickFunnels Ambassador was kind of something that they hit me with an email last year, and I didn't even expect it. But all I was doing at the time, and I didn't know that I was really doing anything, is in the ClickFunnels group on Facebook. Now they have one within their platform, which is pretty awesome.
Hmm.
But back when they offered me the opportunity, it was on Facebook, and I had been in the group about a year just helping people. I just like I mean all over social media I tout ClickFunnels because that is me. That's what I do. That's all I know. So that's me. But within the ClickFunnels community, when people would ask things, especially when they get into the one funnel away, and I was like, I would just tell them whatever. I didn't know that much. I had just finished one funnel away, but I knew one funnel away, so I could at least answer those questions.
Hmm.
So I gave a lot of contribution. I posted in the group once a week. I've been on podcasts in the group. Um, and then as I was doing that, Danny asked, had mentioned, sent me a DM and said, look for our email. And as a matter of fact, I still have it on my wall.
Oh, that's so amazing.
Yep. When they sent me the email, I still have it on my wall because it meant so much to me.
Yeah.
Because the answer to your question, I was just providing value, giving, helping people in the community. And I didn't know I was doing anything at the time, but that's how I became an ambassador. And then I was invited to ClickFunnels Connect for the influencer program.
Mhm.
And yeah, I was already on a roll by then, but that only made it better because now I'm able to talk to a community of people who are not and they're already in the process versus like what I'm doing in Phoenix, trying to get people to understand that there is a process.
Hmm.
So at least the ClickFunnels, where they came in through the One Funnel Away or Lead Magnet through Russell, whatever, in the community, at least they're in the process. I don't have to overcome that with them.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why I find it so valuable to continue to help in the community because that's one less obstacle I have to overcome, which is training you on that there is even another option.
Uh, yeah, that's a beautiful answer actually. I like I always think about like I always say this that there is no point selling to someone who is already not like there is no point selling to someone who is not going to buy from you. Like they already they have made their mind, they already have their preconceived notions. So it's better to sell someone who is aware and just want to take that next step but is on the fence. So that would be your the best audience. That completely makes sense. Um, I would like to ask you about now, since you are a ClickFunnels fangirl and you attended FHL and even you have made series of videos on FHL and how it was. In brief, can you let us know how was FHL for you, like FHL 2025? What were the highlights, especially for you, and what are the new things? Even I asked this question to Mark, like what are the new things, like ClickFunnels is coming up with, like spill the tea for us. What are they planning? And yeah, just if you could let us know that.
Okay, so first of all, let me prelude that by we got this book when we left ClickFunnels. In the hotel the last night of ClickFunnels, I was planning what I was writing out a plan of what I was going to do for the next 90 days every single
Hmm.
day. So I was writing out a calendar. And then what I said to myself is what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my 90-day plan by just writing every single day, timestamp it every 2 hours or whatever of what I'm doing for the next 90 days. So since I started this at Funnel Hacking Live, I can always go back to what it is that I got out of it. So the
Hmm.
first thing I got, why am I here? That's the first day it started out asking that. Why are you here? Um, the story that brought me there helped me to build more on the why. I wanted to be able to um, help others to
Hmm.
be able to see what I see. The drifter versus the drifter versus the driven.
Yeah.
You have to become driven because drifters just drift. That
Yeah.
was important to me. You got to have faith in your purpose. You got to have faith in the process, and you got to have faith in yourself. Then the four steps were create a level 10 opportunity, create your one to many selling presentation, which is your webinar, create the funnel that sells a webinar, and then get 2 commas worth of impact. So the thing that I learned the most, the game changer, the piece that's going to change what I do this year is I didn't have a webinar, a one-to-many presentation. Out of all this, I'm making money, I'm doing my thing. I'm like, ooh, I'm balling. But I didn't have a one-to-many. So the struggle, the frustrations I feel with not being able to get out as much as I want to or to help as many people, this solved for me.
Hmm.
when I got that aha, and I think it was the first night of Funnel Hacking Live, I was like, I don't have a webinar. That's what my issue is. That's how come I can't get like what everybody else is getting. So that right there was the big aha I got from Funnel Hacking Live, and over the next 90 days, that is part of the process of what I'm going to do. The second thing I got from Funnel Hacking Live is the last secret. And the last secret is white labeling some of Russell Brunson's best stuff in my own white label, you know what that is,
Hmm.
and the Doodly software. We
Ah,
are able to white label that. That is what I'm also working on. So I'm doing both of those. And I already launched the funnel, my version of the funnel and templates, and it's a membership. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. The white labeling. So those two things I didn't know, obviously. Russell can talk anybody into doing anything. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a good deal. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So when I got home, I immediately jumped into it, and amazing. Again, Russell's always amazing with what he puts out. So that, and it gave me, leaving Funnel Hacking Live, I have my 90-day game plan. And if I could do half as much as I did last year as far as growth, when I went to 2023's Funnel Hacking Live, this year is going to be even more awesome. So Funnel Hacking Live, even though it was the last dance, um, that, yeah, that was a good last dance because it gave me almost like the ramp I need to take my business from, why am I only stuck at this amount? I want more.
hmm.
I want to help more. That webinar is my answer, and that's what I'm working on.
That's beautiful. So, when are we going to see your webinar? Like, when are we going to attend it?
Uh, I April 29th, I think it said it was, because
Okay.
yeah, so April 29th was the day that I had set up for it. The my launch date. I know Russell says don't change them. Whatever it is, if that's your launch date, you got to be committed to yourself and stick to it.
Hmm.
So it's kind of hard because I'm like already looking at pushing it out, because I'm also doing the Doodly software, the template software, the funnel hub thingamajigger in the last secret. So I'm like, I don't want to put that, but I really do need to stick with that April 29th date.
That's beautiful. And also, could you tell us more about this white label thing, what exactly it is, and what can we expect from that?
Okay, so Russell had offered us the white labeling of he paid $40 million, I think, for the Doodly software. It's a sketch company, that a company that you can do VSLs and videos in Sketch. You see all the sketch doodle artist things out
Yes.
there. We can white label it as our own, call it our program. We can't call it Doodly, of course,
Hmm.
but call it our thing. And he gives us the funnels, the videos, the emails, all of that. You just put your own information in and launch it.
Hmm.
Not just that, he gives you funnels and templates, white
Hmm.
label it as your own. That's a membership program. Monthly payment. You need a monthly revenue model that's already done for you, and it includes the funnels, everything. You just take the headline out, put your headline in, take his picture out, put your pictures in. So that the third, there's 4 profit centers in there. There's an e-com store with
Hmm.
t-shirts that you can white label, sell as your own. uh I haven't got to that one. I'm not an e-com person. I'll probably do that profit center last. And then the funnel hub one, which is already pre-made, same thing, all the content, white label it as your own, and it leads to all the affiliate, high ticket affiliate offers that Russell has. So those are the 4 profit centers, and you just build them out one at a time and launch them. Get them out there. Don't spend too much time tweaking on, because you want to get the market
Yeah.
input. The longer that release it imperfect. I wrote a post
Yes.
about that. Release it imperfect and let the market help you fix it. Because the longer that you hold back on putting it out, you're just wasting time. Just get it out there. It's going to be bad anyway. Figure it out and fix it. But
That's a beautiful
actually,
line.
Yeah, actually, the white labeling that he gives us is pretty much set up. You don't really, it's not like it's not going to succeed. It's already been succeeding. Keep in mind, Dooley's
Mhm.
already successful.
Yeah.
Uh, Funnels and templates is already selling. All you're
Mhm.
doing is putting your messaging on it. So
Yeah.
that is a game changer because now I can add real solid products to my product offerings. We
Mhm.
add upsells, all of this. There's certain parameters of things we can and can't do with the white labeling. Can't sell it for cheaper than what they're already, all those things. But the ability to take this piece and put over here as an upsell and this, man, and they're Russells, they're solid. And who doesn't want a doodly sketch company?
Yeah. Even Russell has that doodles and all those things. It looks so cool, and it's very easy to understand when it's in the doodle format. So for
Yeah, that right there, that doodly that he paid $40 million for, he allowed us to white label it as our own. So
sure.
just a little tip, mine is called Doodle Tune Profits. It's still in development. So look forward to that in the next couple of weeks. Doodle Tune Profits coming to a city near you.
Awesome. We would be very excited. I would love to check it out. And by the time if this podcast, by the time it releases, if it's ready, I would really like to link it in our description. So anyone who
Okay.
wants to check it out, it would be there for them. But
I
that's
would
really awesome.
glad I will definitely let you know.
Awesome. I would like to ask you one little personal question, and you can let me know if you would like to answer this or not. You said that some things happened, and because of which you were in your car, backseat of your car, and you were working from there. Um, I would like to ask you, especially as a woman, like we know, how important it is as like our financial independence, but we only realize it once we, face some drastic problems and drastic issues in our life, right? And if you wouldn't have been in that company with 32 employees, you might not have that head start with what you got, and you might have, the things would have been very different for you. So, as a woman, an entrepreneur especially, how would you like to explain the importance of financial literacy for any person, but especially for women, because most of the time we are conditioned for this household thing. So, how would you explain that? And how did it help you throughout your journey?
Financial literacy, and even deeper than that, I would say the ability to financially sustain yourself on your own without a man, without anybody
Hmm.
else. It's so important because when you end up in the backseat of your car after
Yeah.
you've done everything right and your business is shut down and your apartment is filled with all your high-end luxury stuff, but you can't get to it and all this other stuff, you know, it's sobering to realize that you have to figure this out on your own and you have to do it on your own because counting on anybody else to save you, a man or anybody else, at least for me, wasn't an option. Um, I had to figure it out. And the power that comes from being self sufficient is for any woman, whether you're married and got a great marriage or you're with a guy and he's great and everything. Self sufficiency, I never would have thought I'd ended up in my backseat of my car after an 18-year marriage. So the ability to create income as a female, as a woman, as a married woman, as a single woman, is a powerful thing that every woman needs to know, not just to make the money, but know how to manage it, know what to do with it, not to just throw it off because you're making a lot of it. You know,
Mhm.
that building your own foundation, even if it means at some point you include somebody in that, at least you make that decision. You know, and you have to make that decision from a position of power, and the only way to have that power is to build it yourself.
Beautiful. That's really beautiful. what happens is I see this across continents, whether you're from a first world country or from a third world country, everywhere this narrative of, a woman should be a nurturer and, a man is a provider, that kind of gets pushed a lot. And I feel somewhere that as much as it addresses the core, I would say core aspects of the like our bodily anatomy, but it also doesn't, it should not be like because I have grown in a household where I have always been taught that you need to be self sufficient, you need to grow, you need to settle yourself first. But also there is somewhere I keep on hearing, so when are you getting married, when is the beginnings, those sort of things, or like you need to learn things that your husband might like, and all, like learn cooking and all those things. And I'm not saying it's wrong, but what I think is that the idea, like in a like woman of this generation, they should learn this thing that even if you're learning other household things, but also focus on yourself, because the world is going to push you towards those things. But if you have to stand strong with yourself, that I am going to work for myself and I'm going to earn for myself. But yeah, like, you're an inspiration, like the way you pulled yourself out of that situation, you built what you have built for yourself, your amazing funnel lab. It's an inspiration for a lot of women. And I hope any woman who is watching and might be in this kind of situation, she might get some inspiration and hope from you.
And here's what it is that even in a relationship, or if you're looking to be in a relationship, or your parents are bothering you about when are you going to get in a relationship, or whatever it is, the fact of the matter is, I feel that your dreams are just as important as making sure that your husband is fed well, and making sure that his clothes are clean, and that is not a responsibility that is just for women. My
Right.
husband washes dishes and does laundry and goes to work too. This
Hmm.
is a shared, this is a
Yeah.
shared thing. And that no woman should, and I might be wrong to say this, should put their dreams to the side for a man. I'm just going to say
Of
it.
course, no, for sure. Why should we? Like, why should we? Yeah,
You can have both. You can have
exactly.
both. It's a balance. Like for my husband, what I have to do, because I'm such a diehard funnel hacker and it's done so much for my life, I talk about it 24/7. And I'm sure he's like, oh my God, please, but not again. But we have made a deal that Mondays and Fridays are the days that he's off from his job.
Hmm.
And on Mondays and Fridays, I would not talk funnels. I wouldn't pull my computer out. So I can do anything as far as social media, whatever. I just cannot pull my laptop out. If
Yes.
I pull it out, then I'm in it and he to the side.
Yeah.
So it's like, those are my days. And can we make that deal? And I was like, yes, we surely can. And if I'm doing work and he decides he's going to take off for the day, I'm still doing my work. You can't get mad about that.
Right.
Because this is, so I say all that to say that there is a way for you to have your dream and a husband too.
Beautiful. That's amazing. And just out of curiosity, why Mondays and Fridays? Why not weekend, like Saturday, Sunday, something like that?
Because he has a real job, a 9 to 5,
Okay.
and those are his days off.
Got it.
So on his days off, he asked me, can you just like tone it down so that
Mhm.
you can spend time together instead of you just being on? Because I'm really in it. I spend, like, when he's at work, from the minute he leaves at 8:30 to when he gets home at 6:30, I literally probably have not got up off the couch building funnels or doing
Mm.
something online. So that's what I do. I live this because it means so much to me to help people. And Mondays and Fridays are his day off, and that's the time he gets for my undivided attention. We do a lot of shopping
Mhm.
and, spend some money together, but, it works for us. And the point is that you can have your dreams as a woman,
Yeah.
and having a man doesn't mean that you shouldn't.
Yeah. And a real man would understand your dreams. So, yeah. For sure. Can I just say he sounds very amazing, and I'm so glad that you found someone who understands
Yeah,
and respect your dreams.
I deserved it. I deserved it. It was a tough road after that situation, but today is, like I said, a whole new life, and it's so beautiful. I am so thankful to Russell Brunson for being the man he is to serve entrepreneurs at this level, to help us to be able to be successful. And I'm thankful to him for coming in my life and kind of making me stop hate men.
That's really amazing. I have just one last question for you, but before that, it was really, really awesome to have you. Your energy is contagious, and I got to learn so many things. I just have one last question, and that is if you would like to just give one mindset shift, but not just to all the viewers, but also to the person that you were in 2019 when you started, what would that one thing would be?
Yeah, you are enough. You are enough. I go back then, no matter what's happened in your past, how people have treated you, what they did, that doesn't define. Don't let that negativity be something that you judge yourself on, because you are enough. You are enough to do anything and everything you want to do.
Oh,
And even the backseat of the car, if I could have told myself, you are enough to get out of the backseat of your car. You are enough. You just weren't enough for him, or whatever it is. You are enough is the story I give to anybody for anything.
wonderful. That's really amazing. This is one of the best answers I have heard to this question, and it is amazing. Renee, it was super awesome to have you, to host you. As I said, you are an amazing person, and I only wish lots and lots of love, luck, happiness, and lots of money to you. I hope we can do this again. I would love to host you, talk more with you. But yeah, thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed your time over here.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. You're awesome, Chi.
Thank you. Thank you so much.